Welcome to Making a Payment in ERIC, brought to you by Impera Education. This presentation is to help you understand how to make a payment in ERIC, some of the payment screen features, and helpful tips along the way. Before we begin, is your employer report summary valid? If not, check the following. Look at your payroll header, enrollment header, your demographics header, and within those headers, double check your details. You must resolve all errors before creating an invoice. The reason it is important to have a valid status on your employer report is if it isn't, you will not be able to create your invoice, which in turn will not allow you to create a payment. Let's create an invoice. In this example of an employer report summary, you will see that over to the right is a valid status. Once your report is valid, it also shows a Create Invoice button to the top left side of your display. There is one thing to double check just before you click that button. Scroll down within that report to the payroll summary information and double check that the employee and employer contributions match with what you want to pay Impera. If your contributions match with what you want to pay Impera, go ahead and click Create Invoice. Once you click on Create Invoice, you'll get a confirmation asking if you're sure you want to submit for payment. Once you click OK, that is telling Impera you'll be making a payment for that amount. Now let's make a payment. In your employer report summary, you'll notice a Make Payment button appear after creating your invoice. Go ahead and click this button. Once you click your Make Payment button, it will bring you to the Payment Maintenance screen. You'll enter the payment date that you want to pay Impera. This would be the date you actually want the payment to come out of your agency's account. But be aware, if it's past 4 p.m. when you submit the payment, it might not come out until the very next day. In the middle of your screen, under Payment Method, using the drop-down, select ACH or check. Underneath that, using the drop-down, select your bank account number. After entering these three things, go ahead and click the Save button. This will create a payment ID now. Now you'll notice at the bottom of your payment screen any outstanding amounts that should be paid. By clicking off Include All Invoices, it should then check off any amount due below. If you're okay with that, then go ahead and click Save. If you have an adjustment that you have reported that hasn't been paid yet, it'll appear along with your payroll due in your new payment screen. If you were to pay for that along with your payroll, you would simply select Include All Invoices. You may have an instance where, after you save your payment, you have some other amounts show up under receivable type. For example, an adjustment or a penalty. If you do not want to pay those amounts for any reason, take the check mark off by clicking the box under Included in Remittance. You may have an instance where you have a credit coming your way through an earlier adjustment. When you create your new payment record after saving, you would see it in the center of your screen under Available Credit Memo Amount. You can also view under Available Credit below in your Invoice and Credit Details panel in the second tab called Available Credit. If you would like to have that deducted from what you are paying Impera, click the Include All Credit Memo box and it will deduct it from the amount due when you click Save. After clicking Save, you'll see a Submit button appear and a red message to the right that reminds you that your payment has yet to be submitted to Impera. If you feel that you're ready to go ahead and submit that payment to Impera, go ahead and click Submit. Your payment is on its way to Impera. Step 3, double check your submission. 24 hours after submitting your payment, it is recommended to check for posting. Go to the Employer Report Summary and click Search and open your most recent report at the top. There should be a Y for submitted and a posted date. If you don't see that posting, contact Employer Support. There is another way to access the payment screen after creating your invoice if you have to switch screens or step away and come back later, or have timed out of your screen. On the left panel of your home screen, click on Payment. Now you're in the Payment Lookup screen. Select ACH or check under the drop-down in Payment Method and click New. Remember, we are creating a new payment, not searching for one. Enter the payment date, method, and account number and save. Some key things to remember. Be sure your employer and employee contributions look correct before creating your invoice. If you don't click the Submit button after entering payment information and saving, mpera will not receive the information. If you submitted your payroll before 4 p.m. and you do not see it has posted the next day, please call us. If it is after 4 p.m., posting can occur 2 days later. If you have any questions on the amount that is showing in the payment screen, please reach out to mpera. Our employer call center at mpera is on hand to assist you with any questions you may have in ERIC. You can reach our employer call center toll-free at 1-844-304-5452, or if you're in Helena, 444-3994. Or you can email us at mpera.mt.gov. And on behalf of Mpera Education, thank you for joining us.